Hi guys, what's up? Tim Queenie, and today we're going to talk about if you should add everyone on LinkedIn. Now, there are two schools of thoughts about when it comes to accepting LinkedIn connections. I'm going to explain both of them to you, and then I'm going to tell you my opinion on them and which one I recommend. So the first one is basically connect with everyone. And they say, well, you never know how you might be able to help each other at some point. Like everyone is a valuable connection. Everyone is like a precious soul. You should never reject anyone's connection request, some person reaching out from the depth of their heart, and you don't want to break their heart. And you should also connect to everyone because we are all like this big family around the globe. We are all human, we're all people. And you should basically connect with everyone because you never know where everything is taking you, like kind of like this karmic idea. Like the more people you're connecting to, then the idea is like you could help each other. So that's one philosophy. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking about this one in a minute. So the second philosophy is you should be very careful with who you're connecting to. One, there is a hard limit of 30,000 connections. Once you reach that, it will be almost impossible to remove anyone because the interface is just not designed to show that many people per page. There's no pagination on LinkedIn, so you have to kind of endless scroll, and then the more people you load into your web page, the more memory it will take, and it can easily crash your phone, can crash your LinkedIn app or your browser, and then you have to start all over again. So it is really tedious. Like once you have that many connections, it's almost impossible to get rid of anyone. Like people you might not have any overlapping interests anymore, people who have changed industries, people you had a bad experience with in the past, but you can't really find their profile. So it's really impossible to manage this after a certain point. Now, in the second philosophy, they really focus on like connecting with people who you know, people you met in person, people you had a Zoom call with, people you have a specific direct connection, like you might be in the same LinkedIn group, you might be in the same Discord channel, you had some conversation in chat messages, or someone commented on someone's post. There is an indicator that you have overlapping interests. There's a specific business interest that you want to follow up on. Like someone might become a potential customer, or you want to hire someone, you want to book someone's services. If you are a content creator, or you have like, for example, like a podcast host, you might want to interview someone. If you are an influencer, there might be potential for a collaboration. You want to invite someone to speak. If you have a specific interest, it doesn't really matter what it is, but it's kind of beneficial for you and the other person. If you have something specific, then by all means connect with them. But if you don't, then don't send them a connection request. Really think about this whenever you're receiving one, if you want to accept this, or if you want to tell the person that they can follow you instead, if you don't see any benefit, like any instantly, like if you don't see anything that instantly clicks where you say, hey, this is like definitely I should connect with them, then don't. Now, which philosophy do you think works best, and which one will I recommend? Philosophy number 2, be very selective with who you're connecting to. Like the first one is just, in my opinion, like you can of course have a different opinion, but in my opinion, the first approach is totally wrong because that's not what's going to happen. Like the people who say we can all help each other, that's something they say. But in reality, like I met some of those people and they tell me, hey, if you have anything else you need my help with or whatever, I'm here to help. I'm here to do whatever. Like they will promise you the world, but it means bullshit. It's just like someone is like over promising something. And the reason why they're over promising something is because they want you to feel that you owe them something because they offered their help, meaning you already in debt to them because they offered their help. And then when they're asking for something, they can say, hey, I'm always here to help. And you're like, well, yeah, I guess you promised that you would help or do something for me, so maybe just gonna give in and give you what you want. That's like the entire tactic of most of those people. Not all of them, there are some good people between this, but in large, this is what's gonna happen. I would say I met some of the most selfish people in that group who use the words that they're here to help each other, and then they only want something from you. They want to sell you something. They want you to do something for them. And the words of help are just offering help is just empty gestures, which means nothing. And I talk with a lot of people on LinkedIn about this, what were their experiences with this kind of people, and it was overwhelmingly a similar experience. I had one person specifically asking like something really small, and then the person was making excuse after excuse after excuse after giving like this huge long letter of writing like I'm here, my entire network is at your disposal, and it meant nothing. And it's like repetitive experience. So don't do that. It's just not honest. Like you cannot help 30,000 people. That's the population of a small, medium-sized city. You cannot help, if you're living like in a small neighborhood or suburban unit, you cannot help everyone in your neighborhood. It's impossible. You can only help a couple of hundred people, and you can only remember maybe a couple of thousand people's name and faces. So highly recommend focus on keeping your network small, focus on quality, focus on specifics, and focus on, secondly, on potential. If you don't have something specific, but there is a huge potential, or you would want to do something with that person in the future, if you have a strong feeling about that there could be something, by all means connect. If you can't see any relationship, person completely out of network, let's say you're like a bakery and there is someone like a software developer from Australia and you're like based in New York City, and you're like, I'm a bakery. There is no way I'm going to develop an app anytime soon. So why is the person connecting with me? We are not even like in the same neighborhood. Like if there is no overlap, it makes no sense to connect. Don't. Just focus on keeping your network to specific things that you want, and LinkedIn will become smarter and recommend people who are actually similar to that. But for that to happen, you have to actually have a pattern. So the LinkedIn algorithm can actually use its AI technology to understand what are the similarities between all the people you're connecting with, and then it can make you quality recommendation. If you're randomly connecting with everyone, the algorithm will be completely overwhelmed, doesn't understand why did you connect to this person or that person. They're completely in different worlds. There's no overlap whatsoever. So you will not get any good recommendation on your connection page. So that's my recommendation. And if you want to learn more about how to use LinkedIn marketing to actually connect with the right people, to connect with potential clients, potential customers, how to turn those prospects into paying customers for life, then check out my LinkedIn Accelerator program. I'm going to put the link down in the description and into the pinned comment below. If you want to get more videos about LinkedIn marketing, also make sure that you hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.